Hi students, today we are going to learn the concept that is alternating current. Alternating current. So before going to that chapter, we have to know the basic concept, that is what is current. Current is nothing but the flow of charges through a conductor called as a current. So here the current that can be classified into two types mainly. One is direct current and one more is alternating current. Direct current in the sense the current whose magnitude and the direction does not changes with respect to time, that we can call it as a direct current. So the direct current that can be abbreviated as a DC. So this direct current, the magnitude and the direction does not changes with respect to time. If we go for a graph between current and time, so time along x-axis we took and the current is along y-axis. The magnitude of a current and the direction of a current remains, in the sense it does not changes. So that can be represented by the graph this one. And coming to the concept that is alternating current, here the current whose magnitude and the direction changes periodically with respect to time. The magnitude and the direction changes periodically with respect to time, sinusoidally with respect to time. So we are going to observe the different forms of alternating current here. One is sinusoidal variation of a current. So another one is the sine waves. Here it is square waves or rectangular waves, we can say rectangular waves, and even we are going to observe a triangular waves, right? And one more we are going to observe unsteady waves. So these are all the different forms of alternating current. Here we are going to observe an alternating current. It changes sinusoidally with respect to time, already we discussed. So if it is a changing sinusoidally with respect to time, so it covers the time period that can be represented by t. And even in terms of degrees, we are going to observe here it is a 90 degree, and here it is a 180 degree, here it is a 270 degree, and here it is a 360 degree. In the sense, to complete one cycle, it requires a 360 degree. So based on this, they explain the one more concept, that is radian. Radian in the sense, the angle subtended at the center of a circle by an arc whose length is equal to that radius of a circle. In the sense, so in terms of radian, the angle subtended at the center of a circle by an arc is 360 degree now, right? 360 degree. So whose length is equal to that radius of the circle, that we can call it as a radian. Based on this, they explain 2 pi in the sense, to complete one cycle in terms of radian, so it becomes a pi, and here it is a pi by 2, and here it is a 2 pi, sorry, 3 pi divided by 2, right? So to complete one cycle in terms of radian, it is 2 pi radian. In terms of degrees, it is a 360 degrees. Here 2 pi radian is equal to 360 degree. 360 degree we are going to observe. Here 1 radian that can be written as 1 radian, which is equal to 360 degree divided by 2 pi radian, right? So if we simplify further, 1 radian which is equal to 180 divided by pi degree, and even we can mention 1 degree which is equal to 1 degree which is equal to pi by 180 radian. So based on this explanation, If that voltage or a current are in sinusoidally changes with respect to time, so that can be represented by an expression. So alternating voltage or alternating current, we can say, that can be represented by expression V is equal to V naught sine of omega t. So we can also represent here a sine theta. Theta is nothing but angular displacement. So here V, which is equal to V naught sine of omega t, here angular displacement that can be represented by omega t. Here we have to know that this V is nothing but instantaneous voltage, V naught that represents the peak value of a voltage, and omega that represents angular frequency. Similarly, we can go for alternating current. Alternating current that can be represented by I, where I is equal to I naught sine omega, I naught sine theta. This can also written as I is equal to I naught sine omega t. Here also we can mention where I represents instantaneous current, I naught that represents peak value of a current, and omega that represents angular frequency. Now, so let us discuss some important concepts which are related to that alternating current. The firstly, time period. So in case of sinusoidal variation of an alternating current or alternating voltage, by alternating current or alternating voltage to complete one cycle, that we can call it as a time period. Here the time period that can be represented by T. We know that the time period and the frequency both are inversely proportional. Therefore, T is inversely proportional to frequency. Therefore, T is equal to 1 over F. And we know that we have to know that one concept, that is the frequency of alternating current or alternating voltage is 50 hertz. So if you go for a frequency value is 50 hertz, therefore it becomes 0.02 seconds of a time period. And this is about time period. And next one is frequency. Frequency is nothing but the number of cycles per second, that we can call it as a frequency. So the frequency that can be represented by F, and here F is inversely proportional to time period. Here time period that can also written as T is equal to 2 pi divided by omega. Here the T is in denominator, therefore F is equal to omega divided by 2 pi we can mention, and this is about a frequency. And the next concept is phase. Phase is nothing but if the wave is propagating along x-axis, its amplitude, frequency and the time period remains same. So that wave is called as, or that wave is in phase, we can say, that we can mention a phase. Here, so the sinusoidal variation of alternating current or voltage that can be represented by V is equal to V naught sine of omega t plus of pi, sine of omega t plus of pi. Here omega t plus of pi is a phase, right? So next concept is a phase difference. Phase difference. The phase difference is nothing but if the two waves propagating along x-axis simultaneously. Let us consider alternating voltage wave and alternating current wave. So alternating voltage wave that can be represented by V is equal to V naught sine of omega t plus of pi 1, and secondly I is equal to I naught sine of omega t plus of pi 2. Let's consider pi 2 minus of pi 1. So if these two which is having a different values, which gives a phase difference. Phase difference. If pi 1 which is equal to pi 2, difference of these two which becomes 0. In the sense both the waves are said to be in phase. When the values are same, pi 2 and pi 1, the values remain same, that time the difference of those two which becomes a 0, that time we are going to observe that those two waves are said to be in phase. The next concept is mean or average value of alternating current. So, mean value or average value of an alternating current. The arithmetic mean of all instantaneous values of a current is called as the mean value of alternating current or average value of alternating current, that can be represented by IAV, average current, or we can mention I mean. The arithmetic mean of all instantaneous currents is called as average value of alternating current or mean value of alternating current. We know that the current, instantaneous current, that can be represented by I is equal to I naught sine of omega t. I is equal to I naught sine of omega t, and even I can be written as dq divided by dt. dq divided by dt. Here dq divided by dt is nothing but the rate of a change of a charge with respect to time, that we can call it as dq divided by dt, that we mention it as a current. A current can be written as I is equal to dq divided by dt. Here I is equal to dq divided by dt, therefore dq is equal to I into dt. Here I is nothing but we know I is equal to I naught sine omega t, therefore dq is equal to I naught sine of omega t. Here this represents that dq is nothing but small amount of a charge in a small interval of time. So here amount of a charge is passing through that conductor with respect to a time, that is I naught sine omega t. dq is equal to I naught sine omega t into dt. Now the total amount of a charge which pass through that conductor in a time, or in the sense in a half cycle, that is 0 to t divided by 2 into dq. Here the dq in the sense 0 to t divided by 2, dq in the sense I naught sine of omega t into dt. So integration in the range of 0 to t divided by 2. In the sense, mean or average value of AC is the arithmetic mean of all the instantaneous current in a half cycle. Therefore we took the time period, that is t divided by 2. We are integrating this concept in the range of 0 to t divided by 2. If we integrate this one, your q is equal to I naught as a constant term, take outside. If we integrate sine theta or sine omega t into dt. If we integrate this term, we are going to get cos omega t minus of 1 divided by omega in the range of 0 to t divided by 2. Now q is equal to minus of I naught, we took a minus outside, minus I naught divided by omega cos omega t in the range of 0 to t divided by 2. Your q is equal to minus of I naught divided by omega cos of omega, we are substituting here the t value, that is a t divided by 2 minus of cos 0. So q is equal to minus of I naught divided by omega. Here omega is nothing but 2 pi divided by t, tt gets cancelled, 2 gets cancelled, and the remaining term is cos pi minus of cos 0. We know the value of cos of 180 minus of I naught divided by omega. Cos 180 value is minus 1, minus of cos 0 value is 1. So therefore q is equal to minus into minus, here it is a minus 2, minus into minus, that becomes plus. Therefore 2 times of I naught divided by omega we are going to get, and this represents that total amount of charges flowing through that circuit in a 1 half cycle, that is q is equal to 2 I naught divided by omega. And next, the average value of an alternating current or alternating voltage that can be represented by q is equal to I average into t divided by 2. Here we are finding a average current that can be represented by just cross multiply 2q divided by t we are going to get. We know the value of a q here, just substitute and simplify 2 divided by t into q is nothing but 2 I naught divided by 2 times of I naught divided by omega. Here omega is nothing but 2 divided by t into 2 times of I naught. Omega is nothing but 2 pi divided by t. Just substitute here, we are going to get a t denominator, in denominator it becomes a 2 pi. Here 2 gets cancelled and tt gets cancelled. Therefore remaining term is average alternating current, which is equal to that 2 times of I naught divided by pi, and this is an expression for the average current. And similarly we are going to observe the average voltage. Average voltage that can also written as average voltage, which is equal to 2 times of V naught divided by pi, and this is an expression for the average value of alternating current and average value of alternating voltage. RMS value of alternating current, root mean square value of alternating current. Here RMS value of alternating current that can be defined as the square root of mean of squares of instantaneous current, that we can call it as RMS value of alternating current for a whole complete cycle. So that represents RMS value of an alternating current. Here we are going to observe, we know that the instantaneous current that can be represented by I is equal to I naught sin omega t. When this alternating current is passes through that a resistor in a small interval of time. So if an alternating current is flowing through a resistor for a small interval of time, it produces some heating effect. Therefore a small amount of heat effect produced when an alternating current passes through that a resistor R, that can be represented by, that is the dH is equal to I square R into dt. Here dH is equal to I square, I is nothing but I naught sin omega t. We substituted here I naught square sin square omega t R into dt. Now the total amount of heat energy produces in a resistance R, that can be represented by H. Integration in a whole complete cycle, therefore integration in the range of 0 to t, we took a dH here and we substituted here. And if we simplify here, the constant terms we taken outside, so I naught square into R integration of 0 to t, remaining term is sin square omega t into dt. Here sin square omega t that can be written as 1 minus of cos 2 omega t divided by 2. If we simplify this one, so 1 into dt integration in the range of 0 to 2 into dt minus of the second term cos 2 omega 2 into dt. We took a 2 outside from integration part, and the remaining term, if we integrate dt, we are going to get a t in the range of 0 to t, and if we integrate this term, we are going to get this in the range of 0 to t. If we simplify, we are going to get I naught square into R divided by 2. So once t minus of 0 and sine of 2 omega t divided by 2 omega minus of 0. So whole complete term becomes 0. Here, so I naught square into R divided by 2 into t minus of this term we took here. Here we are going to observe 2 omega is nothing but 2 pi divided by t, and here tt gets cancelled, and here omega is there 2 pi divided by t. The whole term becomes 0 here. Therefore we took h is equal to I naught square R divided by 2 into t minus of 0, and h is equal to I naught square R into t divided by 2, and this is the total amount of heat energy produced when the alternating current is passes through a resistor, that is R. If the IRMS value is for DC is same as that of AC for a complete one cycle in the sense 0 to T, we are going to observe this expression H is equal to IRMS square into RT. We took two expressions here, so equation 1 and equation 2. From equation 1 and equation 2, this can be written as IRMS square R into T, which is equal to I naught square R into T divided by 2. Therefore, IRMS square, which is equal to I naught square divided by 2. So if we simplify this one, we are going to observe, so IRMS square which is equal to, or IRMS which is equal to I naught divided by square root of 2, and this represents the RMS value of alternating current. And even we are going to observe the RMS value of alternating voltage, we can mention that is VRMS, which is equal to I naught divided by square root of 2, and this can also written as, these two can also written as IRMS, which is equal to 0.707 into I naught. If we simplify the value of 1 divided by square root of 2, we are going to get this value. Similarly, VRMS, which is equal to 0.707 V naught, and this is about the RMS value of alternating current.